Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. I'm gonna give y'all some time to tune in. Apologies for the pushback, y'all. Your boy slept kind of late today, but nonetheless, I still was gonna come on here and speak to the people. James number 8, what's going on, my guy? First things first, hopefully everybody having a blessed, productive Monday. Bronze, what's going on, my guy? First things first, hopefully everybody having a blessed and productive Monday. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their weekend. To all the fathers out there, hopefully y'all enjoyed your whole weekend. Even though Father's Day is every day, hopefully you enjoyed yourself with friends, family. I know for some, Father's Day is just a regular day to some, and for others, it's not well received like it should be how it is for Mother's Day, but nonetheless, hopefully y'all made the best of it. For those that are celebrating birthdays as well, hopefully you enjoyed yourself, kept yourself safe. London, baby. I was trying to do something yesterday, but I got bombarded by my god kids and everybody else, so I had to put that on hold. But today, I had to speak to the people. Um, Appreciate everybody that tuned in for the last conversation. Um, Definitely was one that was needed, especially with some of the things that have been going on, especially dealing with social media. But for those that missed it, you can definitely catch the replay. We definitely had some good, input on it. And this is my thing. Um, I gotta kind of reiterate it on again because I just read a story about a man that unalived his wife and then unalived himself because of what? Social media. Just Jay, baby. Yeah. You see why I kind of have these convos when I say that, social media is a gift, but also a curse to a degree. The curse is what you see. Prime example. Now, I'm also getting to a point where, again, this is where your emotional intelligence and awareness should be a factor. Basically, with this situation, woman went on Facebook Live, started exposing her husband or started exposing some things that should have just been kept, behind the scenes. And from the story that was given, at some point the live stream just abruptly ended. A couple hours later, they found the wife unalived in the house, and then they found the husband unalived. I don't believe it was in the house though. I believe he did that elsewhere, but again, social media has made it to where you could possibly lose your life. But I'm gonna also say this again. And again, this is for some of you men and women out there. Keep your personal business personal. Keep your private talks and conversations private. Stop putting yourselves in a position to just come straight on social media and air out everything. You have a journal for that. If you want to air out your grievances, you got a journal for that. If you want to, you know, if you want to have these discussions and these convos, have it with your partner, not with the world. And again, this is the thing I was talking about. You badmouthing somebody that you still with. So how much love, respect, and loyalty could you have for that person? If the minute you get mad, you're willing to come on here and just expose everything. And it is getting crazy because, within the last, you got to think about it. The situation that occurred last week. And now, from what's being said with that situation with the YouTuber, he could be facing the death penalty out there. But this is what I'm saying all in all. And this is something that I clearly spoke about a while back. Y'all know if y'all hear water, y'all know I'm about to fill up this coffee pot. Chill, Will, baby. What's going on, sis? But this is what I'm saying. Again, I don't understand why some of y'all just refuse to follow your reason and actually just stick to your gut. If your gut is telling you not to do something, don't do it. Like I said, this woman just, and this is a problem I see with too many women, just like I see with too many men. You're quick to come on here and try to expose every little intimate detail or try to expose every little bad thing that occurred within your relationship or marriage. Why does the world need to know everything? How about you sit in the backfield and have this talk? If you're unhappy with your partner, I've always believed, again, no matter what, you know, you sit down as grown-ups and have this conversation. And then if you can't work out things, or, if it's still going to be some form of a problem, then just leave each other. I'm sorry, because there's no way you could tell me that that's the first thing you thought to do. And may she rest in peace. May both of them rest in peace. I'm sorry, because it didn't even have to go that far. But again, I don't know what was fully said. I just was reading the article. I didn't catch no news or anything. But if I do, 9 out of 10 is going to be some extra added info to the thing. And it's sad. Ladies, if you're unhappy with your significant other, husband, or boyfriend, whatever, instead of coming on here and trying to air out laundry or air out grievances, air out all of that behind the scenes. Because again, you don't know what kind of mind state or how a person is going to react to that. We've seen certain scenarios where the minute you put something on here, somebody done lost their life. If they didn't lose their life, they done got severely hurt, you know, or the person that you done did something to themselves. It's not cool. Again, start having these private talks off of social media. I think the problem is, again, some of y'all have gotten too comfortable with seeing everybody else do the same things. Oh, well, if they came on here and do it and nothing happened, I could do it. No, it's not going to work. And again, I've always felt like this. If you're unhappy with somebody, then let it be known that you're unhappy. You know, it's becoming real dangerous out here. You know, the one thing I would say overall is, again, just be mindful of who you placing and who's getting all your time and attention. A prime example. If you was with somebody and you find out they cheating, it's not for the world to know. If that person is cheating on you, you might as well just up and leave. Why stay? And I say this on both ends again. I don't understand how some of y'all just don't think to use logic and reason. Why would I continuously be with somebody that's doing me dirty? Why would I continuously be with somebody if they're not giving me their all like I'm giving them? You got to be able to read certain scenarios with this situation, because, again, now you're going to mess around and have another story just like this. We didn't have multiple stories like that. People being unalived on Facebook Live or Instagram Live. And it'd be because of situations like this. You out here just offering up all forms of info that's not everybody's business. Like prime example, there's some of y'all going on there telling the people, "Oh, my man ain't doing this. My man can't do this." You don't think that man going at some point flip out, or you don't think at some point that man might do something, even though he should be in control of his emotional awareness and intelligence? It's not going to be the case with everybody. Some people, all it takes is one little situation for them to completely go off and snap, and then there's no stopping whatever consequences are behind that. Prime example for some of y'all, you unhappy with what's going on in your bedroom situation. Sit down and talk with your damn significant other and stop bringing it on him. Not everybody, again, needs to know everything. Because then, guess what? Once they involved, you already know what time it is. Not everybody gonna want to say something. Everybody gonna want to be, putting in their 2 cents. And it's sad. Again, the best thing to ever do is keep keep certain things under wraps. Keep certain things silent. Again, not everybody needs to be involved in your business. And then in the long run, guess what? You making that person look bad somewhere down the road. Some of y'all fail to realize once you hit that live button, you're live broadcasting to the world. And if you're going to come on here and just talk foul about somebody, well, then expect a whole bunch of headaches and madness. There's some situations where, guess what? You got people on here who are talking foul about somebody, they quote unquote ops, talking bad about them, saying this, saying that. But you don't know how some of these people are going to react. I seen a situation where this girl was talking crazy about her quote unquote opposition. And guess what? The minute the opposition pulled up, you ran in your house. So you were doing all that wolfing, right? And then now when the person decides to pull up on you, you ain't got that same energy. See, some of y'all have to stop allowing people or just allowing certain things, especially put a battery in your back. Because believe me, when that battery gets knocked out or unplugged, what you gonna do then? And it's sad because you know, may the families of those two, find healing and solace and comfort, in this time of mourning. Because again, this is something that people are not expecting to hear or people are not, expecting to ever happen. But I've always said this too. If you're unhappy with somebody, you have a talk with them. And if things don't work out or if you can't seem to come to some form of terms and agreements, then go on about your business. Find somebody who's going to give you everything that you're looking for. Find somebody who is going to, like I said, complete you. Because real love, real loyalty, and real respect, guess what? You ain't got to worry about too much of that. Some of y'all going to have to, again, start compromising. The worst thing you could do is bring the worst details on him. Because again, now once it's out there, it's out there. That would be like you making up a lie about your partner or just saying something that you know ain't true. For all you know, the people that you spoke that to will probably think that that's what it is. You got to be careful and be more conscious in your decisions. Now, for some of you ladies, again, I don't care how emotional and how scorned you might seem. When you do certain things like that and you putting somebody on a hot seat, especially somebody you still with, expect, expect all the wrong type of negative energy to be around you. Expect it. But I would always say this again: you know somebody cheating on you, just leave. Why go through it? Why stay through it? Why put yourself in that scenario? It doesn't get you nowhere. The only thing it's doing is adding more stress and more problems to what you already have. Some of y'all got to stop feeling so comfortable coming on these platforms and again just exposing, airing out all dirty laundry. Because for some of y'all, when it's all said and done, guess who's going to be getting looked at, or guess who the fingers will be getting pointed at? It'll get pointed at you. It's going to get pointed at you because, well, if you knew this was happening, why stay with her? And then what excuses are you going to have? I've always felt like this: before you decide to take that ultimate step as far as marriage is concerned, or even if you decide, you know what, I'm gonna try to date somebody, or I'm gonna try to get into a relationship with this person. You gotta be real. You know, if you know you ain't fully ready to settle down, serious baby, you already know you're just tuned in at the like button. You're not seriously committed to being with somebody, giving them your ultimate time and everything, then stay single. Keep, moving around on the field until you are ready to settle down, or until you are ready to, you know, give somebody your time and energy. Once you start stringing certain things along with people, they're going to automatically assume that this is what it is. Oh, well, this person has been spending this much time with me, so it must be something. But if you know you ain't really fully committed to that person, tell them off the rip what it is. Again, this is what we got a mouth for, to speak. We got a mind to think. And again, I feel sick to my stomach on that scenario because, with this, it didn't have to happen. But then again, that woman didn't necessarily have to come on here and do what she did. You put somebody on blast that you still with. And who knows if this was the first time that it happened or if there's been multiple times. For some people, it's multiple times you will come on here and try to expose and say things that, again, it could be detrimental. You can't sit here and say that you love somebody and you respect somebody, but then in the same token, you willing to show disloyalty by coming on here and exposing things that don't need to be exposed. And it could range from anything. It could range from anything. It could definitely range from anything. Like I said, some of y'all coming on here and you're exposing your personal details. Oh, he's not satisfying me or she's not satisfying me. What is that everybody's concern? It's your concern. You need to fix it. And if a person is not giving you anything as far as meeting your needs or whatever, then go find somebody who will. I find that pointless to come on here and complain and cry about something, but you're not willing to sit back and try to work something out. And again, when it's all said and done, the finger gonna be pointed at you because the first thing they'll say is, "Well, why did you do this? Or why did you stay this long? What was the purpose of doing that?" I'm sorry, but some of you young men and women out here, and even some of you older men and women out here, you have to realize social media is used for different things, not just being a virtual diary for every scenario and situation. And it's sad. Like with this situation, it could have been avoided. That woman would probably still be here today, and maybe the husband would still be here too. But when you coming on, and you trying to expose somebody, and you just constantly doing certain things that is going to lead to a real bad ripple and a domino effect, you're putting yourself in danger. And I think that's something that need to be said and it need to be heard again today. Again, some of y'all have to be careful and what you know. You have to. You have to realize that there are some things that is best kept private because when it's all said and done, the only thing you gonna get is negative reactions sometimes, or you might have people who will at best try to be on your side about it, but again, it's about the way you attack the situation. And if you're gonna attack the situation, Colton, what's going on, my guy? If you're gonna attack the situation from a malice point, then expect a bunch of malice as far as what you receive. Another thing that I see that's becoming a problem, and I think it's time for some of y'all to realize that. For some who got children already, your child is not gonna lie to you. Your child is gonna keep it real. Your child is gonna tell you, or even tell your husband, baby's father, whatever you want to, whatever the situation is, the truth. I don't understand how some of y'all will try to get upset with your kids for speaking truth. If you sitting here and doing something that you know is foul, expect it to get exposed by the child. Prime example. How could you get mad at your daughter for telling her father the truth about you? You out here cheating. You out here cheating. You out here bringing the child to that person's house, and you think they're not going to say something? You got to be kidding me. And then you're going to get mad at the child and try to scorn the child for what? Because you messed up? Because you decided to take this opportunity to go out, go cheat, and then you thought it wasn't going to get exposed? For anybody that thinks that it's cool to put your kids in the midst of your nonsense, you are sadly mistaken. Safari baby, you are sadly mistaken. Because guess what? That child will tell the truth when it's all said and done. And especially if you're still actively with this person. Like if you're upset, you're not satisfied, talk to your significant other and say what's on your mind. Because there is no excuse, again, for cheating. There is none. I don't care how you try to manipulate the situation. I don't care how much you try to manipulate the people to be on your side. There is no excuse for cheating at all. And if you feel it's going to get to that scenario, you better sit down and have that talk with your significant other before it does play a role into your situation. And it seems like one of the main, y'all already know, fill up this coffee pot again. And for some of y'all, it just seems like you feel adamant on doing it regardless because it's a decision. Cheating is a decision. So if you're going to decide to go all the way with that, expect all the consequences that come with that. And for some of you, you don't even necessarily have to cheat. If it's just one or two things that you feel is lacking or is off, sit down and talk to your partner. Now, if things don't change even after the conversation, like nothing changes on either side, then okay, it's time for you to leave. Forget cheating. Why would you sit here and cheat for? And the only thing you're doing is adding more stress and you adding more problems to something. And in the long run, you're making yourself look bad. Because again, cheating is a choice and a decision. It's a choice and it's a decision. If you choose to do that, just know, there will be some consequences you're gonna have to pay. For some of y'all, the consequence is being unalived and losing your life just because you decided, instead of being real with that person, you decided you wanted to hide it. You wanted to just keep it on the hush. But sometimes you're not going to be able to keep those things under wraps. Prime example. One thing I can't stand is you decide to cheat, but then you want to cheat with somebody that this person knows, or somebody that's close to this person. You don't think at some point you putting everybody in a bad situation? You are. Prime example, you done been with somebody for 5 years, but the last 3 years you cheating. And you cheating with somebody that they know, like a family member or something like that. You don't think that's going to have some form of consequences and repercussions? It will. And I think that some of y'all again need to start being more logical and more sensible with what you do. Because guess what? Once you cheat on somebody, there is no coming back from that. Even if a person was to say, I forgive you, and still try to work it out, there is not going to be no coming back from that. I mean, it's not going to be the same because you done tainted, basically, you done tainted a good thing. And that's the problem. You quick to run on emotions and just quick to say, well, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to do it. No, just because you might be feeling a type of way about something, that still doesn't give you the right to go out there and do the unthinkable. Now, just imagine you with somebody that's working hard, trying to help do things, trying to provide a good life for y'all, and then they come to find out you cheating on them with a family member. How you think they gonna react? So now, not so much as you about to get cut off, possibly that person's family member about to get cut off, and for what? Diddy, baby. Now think about it. It shouldn't take but just a small conversation for y'all to try to fix things. Instead of trying to repress and just hold back, let it go. Let it fly. Let that person know what it is that you're feeling so y'all could try to work around it. Prime example, if you feel a person is working too much, you should have already known. You met this person, they was already a workaholic. You know, that's something that's not going to stop anytime soon, especially when, again, they're trying to do what's right, trying to make sure bills are paid, trying to save up money so this way, you could try to do the family thing like the trips and everything else. But even if you feel that's a slight problem, sit down and talk with them. Maybe, just maybe, they might be able to, you know, tweak a few things. Okay, well, look, I know I work this many hours, but, you know, I'm going to try to give you, I'm going to try to give you the time that I can give you when I'm not tired. Or we'll set certain days to where we can sit down and it could be us. Things like that. This is what I'm saying. For some of y'all, everything is all good as long as the money flowing or as long as these things are flowing, right? But if it's becoming a problem, if it's really becoming that much of a situation, then again, sit down and have this conversation. How would you know what could transpire if you're not taking that time to talk with your significant other? Again, for all you know, that person might be willing, or not so much as willing, they might be able to change one or two things, so you don't have that problem. All right, you feel like I'm not spending enough time with you. I'm going to try to make these days, days for us to, kick back, relax, go out. And I don't understand that though. I don't understand how, again, the same thing that got y'all together is the same thing that's kind of breaking y'all up. For some of y'all done got together because of social media. But guess what's going to break y'all up in the same token? Social media. When you are, again, putting out all the wrong things, especially with somebody you're still with, this is going to be the cause. And it's unfair because, again, talk behind the scenes and see what happens. Now, back to what I was just saying not too long ago. For some of y'all that are putting your kids in the middle of situations and especially if you're still either in a deep relationship or married to a person, you can't expect that child to keep their mouth shut, and you can't expect the child to lie. Now, again, in this scenario that I'm speaking about, how do you get mad at your daughter for telling her father the truth? And especially, again, if you still married to this man, you just out here, you doing the wrong things. You expect the child not to tell. That's just like you expecting them not to tell the moms. Because there's some men out there doing this same thing, and you expecting your child not to say nothing. Your child is going to say something when, again, you're doing the wrong things, and especially towards the other parent. You're breaking up the household. You're breaking up that perfect picture because you want to be lustful. You want to be hot and bothered. Temptation on that level ain't worth it. So your temptation is going to be the reason why your family structure is broken down there. It's crazy. And some of you women out there is like some of you men out there. Again, putting your children in the scenario. You got to start being more careful and, again, more wise in your decision making. EPB, what's going on? Appreciate you for dropping those links, serious baby. Working hard on these damn pigeons on my thing, baby. Let me find my broom. These pigeons out here nesting on my damn windowsill. Hold on, y'all. Hold on a sec. And I know James ain't gotta be that far. I'm hearing nothing but ambulance sounds. But it's just it's sad. Again, social media has literally put put the wrong batteries in the wrong backs. Again, not everybody needs to know your scenario. So sit back and talk with that person before it gets to that level. I've always said this. When you have a deeper purpose, or you have a deeper understanding on things, you try to be as careful as possible. See, in this scenario right here, like I was saying earlier, had this woman not did what she did, who knows? Maybe she still would be alive today. It's sad that it had to happen on Father's Day on top of that, but the thing is, again, stop allowing social media to be the influencer of your relationships and marriage. Again, it's a gift because social media is a gift because, again, there are things that we know we couldn't do on a regular that we could do now. Like prime example, if you using social media for content and decent content, now it's getting to a bigger, wider audience. Cool. You utilizing social media for business, entertainment, anything along those lines, cool. Networking with people, or you finding friends and family that you haven't seen or spoken to in forever, cool. But everything else behind it ain't cool. Coming on here to expose dirty laundry. Coming on here to badmouth somebody that you still dealing with. Coming on here to spread false lies, rumors, antagonize people that you don't know personally, so on and so forth. Those is not the good looks at all. You wanna know why it's not a good look? Because look what just happened last week. Consistent back and forth online and going back and forth with somebody you don't know personally. You don't know what could transpire. Antagonizing the wrong people again. You don't know what could transpire. Is it really worth putting yourself in that form of danger to where you could possibly lose your life or get seriously hurt? No. So I said, gotta be careful. And it's not cool to be going back and forth with people that you don't know. But like I said, I think at some point, people will start, wisening up more, but it's going to take a minute only because, again, some people are not looking at the detailed signs. They just looking at one or two things, but it's corny. Again, if you unhappy with your husband, if you unhappy with your wife, your girlfriend, whoever, speak. Talk behind the scenes. Speak. Get a better understanding on what's what. Don't just feel because you upset about something that this is the way to come on here and let go of that anger. And if you're gonna let go of some anger, hey, don't let it be to where it becomes your downfall and demise. And some of y'all should understand that because look at some of the stories we have gotten. Look how many rappers and look how many rappers have passed away because of social media. Going back and forth, arguing with people that you don't know, beefing with somebody, sitting there trolling or sitting over here and telling people, yeah, I'm in your city, you ain't gonna do nothing. Pull up, pull up. You're inviting all the wrong negative energy. You're inviting all that wrong negative energy. And then if somebody decides to match that energy, what you gonna do then? Are you gonna be fully prepared for that? I don't think so. Some of y'all are not. You gotta look at it too. There's some people who are ready, willing, and able to crash out just because. It's sad people don't think of someone. Exactly, London. And you right there too, serious. And your business is not everybody's business. Your personal life is not everybody's business. What goes on in your bedroom isn't everybody's business. And some of y'all do not care. You sit here and blab out everything. Blab it out to the point where it's even embarrassing. That's sad, you know? And I'm gonna say that again because again, it goes on both ends. It goes with the men and the women. What you do personally is what you do personally. Not everybody needs to know. Not everybody needs to be, not everybody needs to have a view and opinion on it. But just remember, when you decide to bring things to a public platform and you live to the world, everybody's going to have a view and opinion on it. Some people views and opinions, it might ruffle your feathers. But again, if it ruffles your feathers, that's because it's truth. There's some truth in it. Sad though. It's sad because again, in this era, we should have a little bit more understanding and we should have a little more knowledge to say, you know what, this ain't it. I ain't getting nowhere doing this. The only thing I'm doing is putting people into my scenario, and then now people are going to have something to say all the time. Another thing, like I said, is if somebody came to you and in confidence and in privacy about something, and now you decide to just blurt it out, that goes right there to show you honestly didn't have that person's best interest at heart to begin with. And it's truth. It's proven that you wasn't as solid as you claimed to be. Because again, if somebody came to you in privacy with something, let that sucker stay private. It's not the world's business to know it. Some of y'all putting yourselves in the hot seat. You want to put your friends on. You want to put your friends on the hot seat. You want to put them on blast about things. And then when it's all said and done, now you the one that's holding the bag. Why? Because you the one that opened your mouth. You the one that couldn't hold water. And I've always said this anyway. If somebody is already proven that they can't hold anything, not even if it was a test and you went to see if that person was going to keep that secret and they don't, That's a person you can't be around or you just can't tell nothing to. And it's not saying that we shouldn't come out and speak our minds or, express how we're feeling at a certain time frame. But you just gotta know again who's really for you and who's gonna keep that private. They get too comfortable trusting people before knowing. Exactly, serious. That's the thing. You gotta get to know a person real well before you just decide to just tell them anything deep and personal. You know, and that's the thing. Some people are not gonna hold their mouths. Some people are looking for that just so they can say, "Oh, well, I got something to talk about with my friends, or I got something to talk about with the people now." Come on, now. Keep it under wraps because that person was trusting you. That person was trusting you with something that was private. It could have been the slightest thing like an insecurity or whatever the case is. They talking to you because they feel they could come to you, they can confide in you, and that is not going to go back to the world. You know how many people done came to me, talked to me, even on personal levels, and I kept it quiet till even to this day, still kept it quiet. Why? Because it's not everybody's business or concern. You know, I don't understand that. That's what I'm saying. You gotta understand that when people are coming to you, especially when they at probably down this moment, you don't use that either against them or you don't bring that out to the world. Because now guess what? When that person does find out this is what it is, now they definitely mad at you. Now they definitely gonna be on your heels now. You know, they gonna definitely be on your heels because again, I told you something in confidence and you went back and told the world. So nah, we gonna have this discussion. Don't mind the banging in here, y'all. You know me. It's coffee time. Now, where's my good old coffee? Roll that beautiful bean footage. But that's something some of you men and women have to stop doing. If somebody came to you in privacy, and especially if they deemed you worthy of telling them something, don't go back and expose their business. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, I'm quite sure that person wouldn't do that to you. Especially if they value you or if they deem you worthy of being a good friend or just worthy of being trustworthy. It's not cool, man. And again, some of y'all put yourselves in that wrong scenario because again, you just wanted to open your mouth. Now again, y'all gotta think about it you gotta look at it from the other person's perspective. What if you came and told somebody something and they went back and blurted it out to the world? How would you feel? You know damn well you would be ready to snap. You know damn well you would be on one. So how you think that person is going to feel? And they justified in feeling that way because again, I came to you with something in privacy, and you exposed it to the world. You might as well say because once one person knows something, you might as well say the world knows. There are some people that you just not going to be able to sit down and talk in front of because some of these people, this is what they do: get some form of tea and gossip, and then run back and bring it to the world or bring it to the people around them. You got to be careful nowadays. You know, for some people it's sad because if all it takes is just this little bit of whatever for you to open your mouth about somebody's business, then that shows that you're not trustworthy at all, and you need to reevaluate your situation. But I also believe in karma. So, because some of y'all are just doing this out of malice. Some of you are doing it from a real evil spirited place. But at some point, you get that karma back to you. James number 8, what's going on, my guy? And that's what I'm saying. And that's the thing. You can't sit here and continuously do things that are going to be detrimental, especially on this app or any app for that matter. Like I said, look how many rappers have lost their lives because of social media, beefing or going back and forth or exposing something that shouldn't have been exposed. And then now look what happens. Now, you know, you got to deal with the consequences. Some of these people would still be alive today had they not decided to say, "I'm gonna go on social media and I'm a, I'm a, I'm gonna put this on blast, or I'm gonna make this person feel like I'm feeling." Again, if you know this person could liably snap or possibly snap just because, I don't think it's right for you to put things out there because there might be things again that they don't want the world to know, and it's not the world's business. You know. Now with that scenario again, it's crazy because two lives are gone because of Facebook, basically. But this is not the first time situations like that has happened. And I don't understand why some of y'all just don't look at some of these stories and say, you know what? Let me learn something from this scenario. Let me take something from this situation right here and implement it. Like I said, I've had so many different people, whether within my circle or outside the circle, come to me, even on a private note. You want to know why they come to me on a private note? They come to me on a private note because, again, I'm not going to be out here exposing nothing. I'm not going to be out here talking to everybody about your business. I was born different and raised different, so that's just me. I was born and raised different. There's some things I'm just never going to do. And if you come to me in privacy about something, it's going to stay there. It's going to stay exactly where it was at, right there. I can't say that for a lot of other people because we see what happens now. You come on here, tell somebody something, and then they want to run back and tell the world. Again, that trying to expose something is going to be a lot of y'all's downfalls. East Dad, what's going on? That's going to be a lot of y'all downfalls, trying to do all this extra exposing and just, again, not keeping things under wraps. And I think it's sad, though, because these are going to be the scenarios that continuously happen until some of y'all just get back to realization. You can't come on here and try to put somebody on a hot seat and expose them and think that they ain't going to get some form of get back. There's some scenarios where, again, some people have come on here on multiple situations and spoken on multiple days about the same scenarios or the same person. You think that person at some point ain't going to snap? You think at some point that person ain't going to say, you know what? Nah, this is enough now. And you don't know what that person is liable to do. I would say this. Some of y'all are trying to build your relationships or build on your relationships. And some of y'all are trying to do content or trying to just be on social media, right? Again, keep your personal life personal. Whatever you present to the world, if you feel you comfortable with presenting it, then you present it. But when you know it could cause a backlash or when you know it could be a problem with you and your significant other, don't put it out here. There's some of y'all right now, if you're not getting unalived, some of y'all losing your significant other, your yin to your yang. Why? Because again, just on here exposing too much and talking too much. I'm not trying to meet new friends. I'm good with myself. I don't blame you, serious. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. All in all, it's just, it's just a common, it's just a common knowledge to say, you know what, I know I can't trust everybody, but there are people out there who are trustworthy of certain things. Again, you just got to be able to read a person and read a person well. You know, Probably going to say I had enough and I'm about to snap. Yeah, that's another thing, because again, you don't know how they going to react to that. You out here putting their personal business out there for what? You out here, doing these things for what? Some of y'all are doing it for clout. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can honestly see some of y'all doing that for some form of clout, some form of validation, and some of y'all manipulating the situation. Cause see, prime example. In this scenario I was talking about with the Facebook situation, some people are behind, some people are taking the girl side, others are taking the men's side, and this is going to cause a divide and confusion because, again, in all actuality, they both was wrong. And this is something that we got to understand too, y'all. I don't talk bad about the dead, and I'm not ever going to talk bad about the dead. But in this scenario right here, I can't even say this is bad. This is just a wake up call for some. They both was in the room. She shouldn't have went on here and exposed anything that shouldn't have been exposed. And honestly, whatever he was doing, he shouldn't have did it in the first place. It maybe, just maybe, she wouldn't have did what she did. But again, it got to be accountability on both ends. And these stories about her, stop making friends without knowing her. Don't expect that person. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. You get tired of hearing these type of scenarios and situations, but you got some people again who don't care. This is they um this is their diary. This is their virtual diary, and they feel whatever they tell the world, they're gonna just be able to say it, and that's gonna be it. But you fail to realize, even if you record something and take it down, somebody done already recorded it, screenshotted it, or did something. So you basically out there. You know, gotta be careful. Again, take the time to know somebody. Take the time to really make sure that this person is worthy of friendship or just worthy, period. Sometimes you just gotta know when to express yourself and who to express yourself to. But it's sad because again, if you still with a person and you bad mouthing them at some point, it's gonna turn on you. It's gonna turn right back on you. Because now imagine somewhere down the road you get with somebody new, and now that person does the same thing you was doing to the previous person. You're not gonna like it. So why put yourself in that scenario where that karma could come back twice as hard? I'm sorry, but you said I don't know nothing. I don't want to. Nah, you good, East Dad. I was talking about a situation that just happened, I think yesterday. The guy, for those who might be confused, I was talking about a situation that happened. A guy unalived his wife and unalived himself after she had a Facebook session and was exposing certain things. But see, that's the thing, like I was saying before. If you dealing with somebody and you know this person is not doing you right, why still be with them? Because this is the type of scenarios it's going to cause. You're going to feel resentment. You're going to feel a type of way. And then when it's all said and done, you're going to want to expose to the world what's going on. It's not the world's business. You're not dating the world. You're not in a relationship with the world. You're in a relationship with one person. So if there's a scenario that's happening, sit down and talk to that person. Again, try to fix your things behind the scenes if there is a problem. Don't sit here and make it even more of a problem because eventually that's exactly what you'll end up doing. You're going to make more of a problem and more of a mess by bringing it to everybody and their mama. And then again, you don't know if this person got family members that's watching or friends that's watching. And what you think is gonna happen? Yo, your girl was on here talking shit. Your wife was on here talking this, or your husband was talking foul, or your husband was doing this. Everybody's gonna know something. So on the same token, again, talk to your significant other. Don't talk to the world about certain problems. Talk to your significant other. And then from there, you make your clear decisions on what you're going to do from there. But just like Sirius, you was right on that. Just like I was saying the same thing. You get tired of hearing and seeing the same repeated patterns. Again, be careful on who you telling things to. Be careful on who you giving your all to. Because again, if some of y'all know you in a position where it ain't looking good, why make it worse? And again, I don't condone no form of cheating. So I would honestly say to anybody, man or woman, if you know that person is doing you wrong, leave. There's no need to continue trying to work out something or be with somebody that's done the ultimate betrayal. And that is the ultimate betrayal in any form of relationship or marriage. It's going outside of that to cheat. You're not cheating just on the person that you're hurting. You cheating yourself. You cheating yourself out of something. Again, you ain't really trying to be down for somebody. You're not trying to be committed. Don't take those next steps into a relationship until you are. Don't take those next steps into a marriage until you are fully ready and until you know for a fact there's no doubts in anything. This is the reason why some marriages have lasted longer than 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. Why? Because the partners were keeping things behind the scene. The partners worked out everything. They worked through everything. Arguments and all, they done work through it. Because again, it's about making sure that your partner is happy regardless to what. And how can your partner be happy, or how could your partner feel any form of safety and security when you're not even opening your mouth and expressing yourself, or you coming on here and you just exposing everything to everybody? I believe that if you sit down and you really have an open discussion with somebody about what's going on, how you feeling, you know, what's becoming the issue, and work on that issue, you know, things would be a lot better. If you learn to not include everybody in your scenario, things would definitely be better. Because guess what? Regardless to what, that still doesn't give you an excuse to badmouth somebody or talk crazy about somebody, and then you still with them. And even if you're not with them no more, again, it's not the world's business to know everything. You know, like I said, you never know who's watching on these platforms, or who got who watching, or whose people's families and friends could be watching. Even up to now, oh, your ex was on here talking crazy about you. You don't think that's going to set somebody off? It will. Because my thing is, why wait to now to talk crazy, or why talk crazy to me now when you had all opportunities to do whatever then? And seeing some of y'all presenting that like it's a good thing, but you not looking at these other stories that we done seen or heard too many times before. You're not taking the lesson from the main thing. The main thing should tell you, keep certain things private. Know who to speak to and who not to speak to. And again, just Stop thinking that this is the only place you could come to and vent, because you're not venting to yourself. You venting to the world, basically. Like I said, some of y'all are using social media as a virtual diary, but guess what? You need to have an actual diary to write in. This way, nobody knows nothing outside of you and whoever you decide to expose that to. But, again, I believe some of these scenarios could be avoided. You wouldn't get too much stories of people being unalived after Facebook or Instagram live, or you won't get too many stories of people breaking up or getting divorced. Some of y'all got to realize that the same way that this could be a gift for you, could also be a curse for you. Why put yourself in danger or put yourself in that hot seat for nothing? What did you gain out of it? It didn't gain much of nothing. All you gained was just another heartache, another headache. You gotta think. Again, be mindful and careful on who you trying to include yourself with. Because even that could be a problem or a factor. And I'm sorry, but you tired of seeing these young men and women going through the ringer just because of that. Fellas, be careful too, because again, your life is at risk regardless. Another thing I was going to reiterate on is the conversation we had the other day. And again, I'm going to say, for some of y'all out here who are content creating on these different platforms, if you done had some form of a disagreement or fallout with somebody else, either y'all hash out your differences and keep it moving from there, or you hash out your differences and move on from there. There's no need to keep going back and forth with somebody. There's no need to keep antagonizing, keep provoking, because once you keep provoking and poking, at some point you're going to get what you're looking for. And if you ain't prepared for it, you're going to have a scenario where everybody around you is going to be unhappy. Think about it. With this situation that just happened recently, you don't think everybody around both sides of their families are upset? You don't think that they feel the type of way about something? Nah, they do. Because again, this was a situation that didn't have to turn deadly at all. This is a situation that didn't even need to go but so far. And even at some point, if y'all was going to try to meet up for whatever reason, you should already know. 9 out of 10, it's not going to be a good interaction. You know? These people are too invested talking in this YouTube. Yeah. Taking this YouTube shuffle way too seriously. They haven't found a purpose on this. And it's not just this. It's not even just YouTube. Facebook, Instagram, all of that. Again, some of y'all putting yourselves in danger. But you're right, though. Even on this app right here, you see we done had a couple scenarios now where content creators have either lost their lives or lost their livelihoods just by doing certain things on here. And it's sad. Because when it's all said and done, the lives around you are going to be affected more than anything. But again, you got to start being more kind. You got to be more kind to yourself. But you also got to make sure, again, you're being reasonable, and you also just got to use your common sense. Look at all these other scenarios that have been presented on the news, or just been presented in articles, or just being presented on here. And if it's too much, like Sirius just said, log off. And that's the problem. Some people don't know how to log off. They will continuously continuously keep on coming on here, and provoking the wrong scenarios. This is my thing all in all. If I gotta sit on any platform and talk about you for hours on end, that's a problem. If I gotta come on here and say a whole bunch of stuff about something, it's not even worth it. The hell I look like going back and forth with somebody I never personally broke bread with, never been around, don't know, probably would never see a day in my life. Why would I keep going back and forth? I'm gonna come say what I'm gonna say, address what need to be addressed, and from there, that's on the other person what you gonna do. Because once I done already addressed you and said what I need to say to you, I keep it moving. I don't got time to be going back and forth, and I don't got time to be giving energy to somebody again that I don't know personally. And that's what I'm saying. Some people, I'm not gonna lie, some of y'all need to log the hell off and stay off until you know your mental space is clear enough to be on it. And some of y'all who are making crazy decisions because of your emotions, because of what's on your mind at that time junction. Instead of saying, you know what, let me just log off. You know what, let me just leave this alone. It's ridiculous because, again, think about it. It could turn left at some point, especially if you provoke the wrong person. It could turn left. And now you really got to fight for your life or battle for your life. And why should you have to go through all of that? Again, just learn to keep certain things under wraps. Learn to, move forward. You had a fallout with somebody, cool. If you couldn't work it out, okay. Well, y'all both said what would need to be said, right? Keep it moving from it. You don't say nothing about me, I don't say nothing about you. And even if you say something about me, if it ain't nothing where I gotta come out and really like do whatever, shoot, let it be. Because some people are gonna talk just to talk, and some people are gonna do that to provoke an action out of you. So that's when you gotta read the room too, to a degree. Are you just doing this because you want me to react a certain way? Or are you doing this for show and clout? And for some of y'all, you're doing it for clout, but at what cost? You know, I don't blame you, James, but that's a lot of people that's going to start getting like that. Because again, who wants to go into a space where they got to worry about not being safe? It's bad enough that in the world today, there's a lot of things that used to be safe that ain't seeming safe no more. Everything from taking the kids to the parks to going to the movies to trying to do little family events or just events in general. Bad enough you got to worry about your safety in the real world. But then now you got to worry about your safety extra on here. And honestly, some people are not worth it. Why would I keep being somewhere if I'm going to be either a target or I'm going to feel like a target or I'm going to feel unsafe to say or do anything? See, like prime example with some of y'all see what I do? I will sit here and we done did this. I done had multiple panels where we done sat here and talked. I done had different people from different parts of the track. And you want to know why everything was the way it was and still the way it is? Because again, it's a respect level. But when you're not respecting anything, that goes to show sometimes you don't even respect yourself. It shows that you don't respect yourself, because if you did, you wouldn't waste your time. And not coming on here to try to prove a point to somebody. If you already said what you need to say, keep it pushing. You know? And for some of y'all, that should be the right thing to do. Like prime example, you're gonna come on here, you're gonna be amongst certain channels or amongst certain sectors, whatever. Just be careful and make sure that you read the room well. And guess what? At some point, some people are gonna really start moving away from your channels or moving away from your platforms, no matter what platform you're using. Because who wants to come into a scenario where there's always drama? Who wants to come into a scenario where, again, you don't feel safe? You feel like every time you trying to be yourself or you're just being yourself, you got to worry about people who don't like this or don't like that. You know, a lot of y'all messing up because, again, you're not keeping a safe space for people to feel comfortable. You're not keeping a safe space for people to really enjoy themselves. If I'm not in a safe environment, I move away swiftly. I don't blame you. Not supposed. I mean, I'm saying you're supposed to do that because, again, the whole purpose of anything is, again, just being safe and being aware. You know, but just like I told somebody, if there's no safety, if there's no genuine good feelings, that's something you got to look at. You know, like I said, with me, I try to keep everything the way I need to keep it. I keep it under wraps. I keep a safe spot for us. I keep a spot for us to have fun, be ourselves. I don't judge none of y'all. So I'm quite sure you ain't judging me. Because, again, how can you judge a conversation? How can you judge anything as far as fun is concerned? That's what you try to do. You try to give a balance. And that's the problem. Some of y'all don't have balance. Your balance is the minute you hear something about somebody saying something about you, I gotta come on here and say something. I gotta come on here and let the people know what it is. No, if you've already made it clear what it was and addressed whatever, there's no need to keep addressing the same old scenarios. And for some of y'all scenarios is not that deep to where, again, you gotta keep giving somebody energy all day, every day. You know? And that's the thing. You know, learn from these scenarios right here. A lot of times it's not worth it. Let a person talk. When you starve them out, they ain't got nothing else to say. When you starve them out, they can't really go off of nothing because you're not giving them nothing. Don't waste that energy for no reason. Not saying you're not supposed to defend yourself when there's certain things. No, you got to come out on the porch and defend yourself. But there's other times you ain't got to do so. You already made it clear what it was. You already let it be known that this is what it was. So, again, once you said what you need to say and got it off your chest, should be no reason to go back and forth with it no more. But in some scenarios, I'll be honest with you, it don't even be the people in per se. It could be the people within that chat realm or that is coming from wherever and reigniting old beeps, old feuds, because this is what they like to do, instigators. That's one thing you got to realize. When you know you got an instigator, you got to get rid of them because they will instigate all the wrong situations. The biggest mistake they make is having these behind the scenes conversations. Yeah, to some degree, yeah. Because I know people who probably did have behind the scenes conversations, and they behind the scenes conversations never came to the internet or never made it out in the real world. It's about, again, just knowing who's who and reading the person well. And if a person is not worthy enough for something personal, don't tell them nothing personal. Keep it to yourself. You know, one thing to remember too, some of y'all are putting yourselves in a hot seat because, again, you're allowing everybody else to run your platform. You allowing everybody else to run your scenario instead of you putting it down. Prime example. If I know I don't want this type of traction here, me as the content creator, I'm gonna let it be known. Look, this ain't what it is. And I had to do that on more than a couple occasions. Look, some of y'all used to certain things on here. I'm not gonna be doing that. You know, I don't care how mad I might be. I'm not gonna catch me on here doing too much. Hence why ain't nobody been getting no eulogies. Hence why nobody been getting my time and energy. Why would I give my time and energy to somebody I don't know personally? Why would I even waste my time? That's not content. At least not to me. That's not content. Drama and arguments, back and forth, even to the point of people almost getting unalived or getting hurt. That's not content. That's stupidity. Excuse me for saying it that way, but it's true. That's stupidity in the worst way. I can't tell everybody what to do. I can't. Because some people are still going to do what they do regardless. But for those who need to take heed to what's being said, if you plan on doing certain things, whether it's on this platform or any other platform, know what you're presenting, know what you're bringing, and again, just make sure that you are creating a safe spot. You know, one thing not going to do is talk greasy to me. No, it's truth though. True though, serious. I mean, that's the thing, and that's where people have to start drawing lines. You know, because again, if I'm not being disrespectful towards you, should be no reason why you being disrespectful towards me. If I didn't do nothing towards you, you shouldn't be trying to do things to me. But like I said, I believe in karma. When some people do things to good people, they get their karma when they least expect it. It could be slow, it could be a fast one, or it could just be almost every day there's something different happening. Prime example. If you done got somebody to a point where they unalive themselves, you're gonna have to eat that. And that's gonna lay on your conscience. That blood is gonna be on your hands. You wanna know why? Because you kept provoking. You kept getting under a person's skin. That person probably might not be mentally strong. That person might just finally say, I've had enough. And if they can't do nothing to you, guess what? They're gonna do something to themselves. So when that does happen, God forbid, look who gonna be in the hot seat. It's gonna be you. Because they're gonna find out this person only did this because of what was going on here. Look how many kids right now, teenagers right now, going through it on these platforms or just going through it on social media. Especially if they're not mentally capable or mentally strong enough to handle whatever, they end up doing things like that. If they don't hurt themselves, they hurt others around them. So you gonna cause a mass hysteria and cause a big commotion because you can't just keep it quiet or you can't just stop picking and poking at people. This the third time. My bad, y'all. It's the third time this damn pigeon done laid up on my damn windows here. Must be hurt. Nah, he flew away. Damn it, he flew away. You know, but this is what I'm saying. It's not fair that some of y'all think that that's the way to go. You got to remember, at the end of the day, it's not just avatars that you seeing on here. It's not just entertainment. For some people, this ain't entertainment. When you say and do certain things, that's a liable fight right there ready to happen. You know, I can understand some people ain't going to get along with each other and everything else. I understand all of that. But again, it's about knowing your place, knowing who you with, knowing who to be around. If you're in a scenario where, you know, you're in a scenario where you in a good, comfortable spot, you know, you ain't stressed out, you're not getting too upset, yeah, you know, building, growing, and having fun amongst you and different people, continue to be in that path. But again, for some of y'all content creators, you got to create the safety. You got to set the boundaries and you just got to know what's what. And once you spot something or feel like something is off, you know, take a step back, analyze it, you know, and then figure out what you're going to do from there. Link is in the chat in case anybody do decide they want to chime in on this convo. But you know, this is what I'm saying all in all, though. We're supposed to keep a safety net around you at all times. no matter what, even while on here. You know, like I told somebody one day, say what you want to say about people, think what you want to think about people, but you're gonna always have those who remain solid no matter what. They ain't switching up, they ain't changing up, and that's the most important thing. And if a person hasn't changed up on you, if a person is still showing you the same love and respect and everything else along those lines, then it's only right you do the same thing. If a person is showing you loyalty, it's only right that you show it back to them. You know, and for some of y'all, like I said, I know some of y'all are going to start making your movements around because some of y'all might have been in a good space or might have thought you was in a good space, but then when you see what scenarios are taking place and you see that it ain't right, you're gonna start moving away. Like I said, when you sit here and try to talk foul or get crazy with good people, or even try to backdoor them for that point, guess what? That karma comes back. Karma does come back tenfold. And the things that you was laughing and heeing about ain't gonna be so funny no more. When you start realizing more people are not coming around, when you realize that people just don't look at you the same no more, um, that's gonna be all on you. You know, my thing is, if somebody's been solid with you from day one, it's only right you remain solid with them regardless. You know, but some of y'all again will put yourselves in these scenarios because you ain't trying to handle your own business. You ain't trying to put your foot down when you supposed to. Nexie, baby. I hear you, serious, and that's how it's supposed to be. You know, that's how it's supposed to be in some scenarios. You know, if a person has not changed up on you in not any way, shape, or form, why change up on them? But see, sometimes you're gonna get that. You're gonna think somebody solid, think somebody cool until you find out this is really what it is with them. And then now how you look at it. I had a couple scenarios when I could have went left. I had a couple scenarios I could have been on here giving full blown eulogies and all. My bad, y'all. I done did the stupidness and put it on mute. My bad. I done went in for a minute. My, my fault. But nah, when somebody is solid and they still showing you solidarity, it's only right you show it back. But I've always believed this. When you do all forms of whatever, it comes back. Cutthroat, what's going on, my guy? I gotta put your wrench back, man. I thought I did that already. Oh yeah, I couldn't do it because I gotta go on a replay. But I got you. I got you, bro. No, but you know you gotta think about that. I could listen. I had scenarios. I could have been on here spazzing. I could have been making days worth of content on these people, so on and so forth. Ain't worth it. because it wasn't that serious to begin with. You know, like I said, you basically wean out people. You let people be who they are and let them show you who they are. And once you see that, you know how to move from there. If I was immature minded or if I just felt the type of way, then it would be another scenario like I'm just speaking about. Going back and forth with people that you don't know personally when that made no sense. That's why I said something they ain't gonna catch me getting into. Don't care. You could want all the smoke you want. But if you ain't on my radar, you're not on my radar. Period. You know, it's just about again knowing where you place yourself at. Like how they say putting yourself in the right tribe. Just put yourself around the right group of people. You know, again, put yourself around people who actually have your back and actually are showing it, not just by words, but by actions as well. But it's pointless to be going back and forth with somebody, especially again, you don't know them personally. You're probably never going to meet them. And even if you do, y'all situation probably been different, but by that time frame, it does happen. I done seen some scenarios where people was beefing, but then when they finally linked up, neither one of them had that same energy. It was just like, oh well, it was just entertainment, or oh well, I just felt because of this. Sometimes all you gotta do is get rid of the middleman. The middleman, in my opinion, especially when it comes on here, the middlemen are the people that's in the chat. Because if you had a disagreement with somebody and now y'all sitting on a platform together trying to hash it out, once y'all done said what y'all need to say, and once y'all decide what you're gonna do from there, y'all two should have it in your minds to say, well, if this is it, okay, cool. No need to keep talking about somebody or trying to sneak this somebody, trying to do all this extra stuff. And what is it getting? Again, we ain't just see what happened last week. We ain't seen what happened previous to that situation. There's been multiple situations like that. Giving energy and going back and forth with somebody that ain't worth it. Or just going back and forth and it's not worth it at all. And at some point, people are going to realize that it ain't worth it. It's not worth your mental peace, not worth your spiritual peace. Yeah, you're going to have to come out sometimes and you're going to have to defend and you're going to have to come out on that porch and do what you got to do. But then there's other days it's not even worth it. And that's the thing. Some of y'all will confuse this social media life with your real life. At the end of the day, we all have real lives that we tend to once we get off these damn applications. Some people are doing things, I believe, because it's a cry for help. They ain't getting the help they should be getting in the real world, so they'll come on here and try to do that. But in the same token, shoot, you might not get no help in here neither. Especially if you align yourself with the wrong people. So, what you think might be grass is green on the other side, you'll find out that ain't shit. But this is why, again, it's good to just narrow out and pan out what you going to do. And to avoid these type of scenarios from happening, or for to at least get down to a lower stage, again, some of y'all just got to realize the back and forth beefing online ain't worth it. If you're not really ready to crash out and go all the way with, there ain't no need to keep going back and forth. Like, why I keep wolfing about, yeah, when I see you, I'm going to do this, or yeah, I'm going to be in your town, and yeah, you better yada, yada, yada. Get the hell up out of here. Again, because you making this is where some of y'all mess up at. Because some of y'all claim to be gangster, but guess what? Gangsters move in silence. At least the gangsters I knew. They move in silence. You're not gonna be on here giving the detail of something because now if something actually does happen, guess what? You're gonna be the main target, the main suspect, even if it wasn't you that did whatever. They're gonna be looking at you because you was the last person going back and forth with this person. Yeah, there's a lot of people that do that serious, but guess what? When it's all said and done and somebody decides to call you out on it or meet you on that energy, what you gonna do? So again, if you're not prepared to really go to war with somebody, leave that shit alone. So what somebody says something about you? You don't gotta react to everything that's being said. Again, your actions will cause certain reactions. If somebody else says something foul about you, okay, cool. They ain't say it to you directly. And I've always said this: it don't mean nothing until somebody directly says something to you. And even when they directly say something to you, if it's still something that ain't worth it or ain't worth the going back and forth, shit, why entertain it? Okay, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. Anything else you want to say? We got to get to that part. We got to get to that point of things. If it ain't worth it, if it ain't worth the energy being given, don't give it. Because all you're doing now is giving that reaction to somebody that was looking for it the whole time. And that's exactly what some of these people want. They want you to fully crash out to a point where you do something where it could be detrimental. Don't fall for the trap. Some of y'all just learn to keep certain things under wraps, and everything that you're doing now, it'll be a little bit better. There will be no scenarios where you got to keep hearing stories. People unalive because of back and forth trolling, back and forth provoking people. Because again, you don't know if a person is playing with a full deck or not. And if that person decides they don't care and they're going to do something, best believe it's going to happen. Doing all of this for clout, fame, and attention and notoriety, at some point, it comes back to bite you in the ass. But one thing y'all can say about me, and one thing I could say about me, I don't generally care about certain things. I didn't come on here for certain things. I came on here for a message. I came on here to build with the right people, grow with the right people. Everybody's going to have thoughts, views, and opinions about somebody. Key word, opinions. Now, when there's facts involved, then we could talk. Because I can have my opinion on a lot of different things. But I also got facts on a lot of different things. That's the difference. But again, don't play yourself into that trap. Fruity. And that's what I'm saying. I don't understand how we are not getting this message by now. There are certain things that are going to cause the ultimate downfalls in your life. This being one of them. Either going back and forth with somebody online or exposing something with your significant other or whoever to where it becomes a problem. You know? You know? Some people are going to be who they are, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't change them. You can only decide if you're going to still be around them or not. I've learned shit. I learned in my real time that, you know, you just gotta read any scenario that you in. Read your surroundings well. Read the people around you well. You know, no doubt, James. Appreciate you, my guy. So I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. Um, I do still owe y'all a little bit of madness, a little bit of madness. Um, but yeah, this is something that hopefully somebody did get something out of. You know, there's only gonna be so much you're gonna keep doing on here before it turns back and bites you in the ass. If you blatantly disrespecting, if you blatantly putting out people's business, if you are doing things to provoke a person, at some point it's gonna turn back. And when it does turn back, you better be prepared for all that karma. Because it ain't gonna come smooth, it ain't gonna come swift. Just know that it's coming. But again, I feel like this. You don't know somebody personally, ain't no need to even, dwell on anything. You keep it pushing. All right, we don't get along, cool. If we ain't gonna settle it, cause see, let's just. Before I get up. Well, I ain't even saying before I get up out of here. Before I get to this next portion of the live, I just want to say this again. No person personally, never really sat down with them nor anything. How could you try to be a judgment on character? Why should you waste your time and energy going back and forth when it's not worth it? Why should you be coming on here provoking people? Because again, when it's all said and done, you provoke the wrong person. You never know what could happen. That person might try to do something to you, or that person might end up doing something to themselves. And again, when it's all said and done, you won't be left holding the bag. Why? Because again, you was the one that provoked it. Again, just know who you dealing with, and make sure that this person is who they are. Same person I am on here, the same person I am offline. Do everybody views and opinions get to me? No. Does what people say get to me? No. Because I've learned as growing up before social media became a thing, if somebody had a problem with you, they was either going to say it to your face, or even if they said something behind your back, at some point you would have to meet up. Or at some point, y'all would have to really sit down and hash out your differences. You know? And that's a whole fact. You know, that's a whole fact, serious. And it's just sad. It's sad because again, you're gonna keep getting stories like I was talking about happening until some of y'all wake up and wisen up and realize that it ain't worth it. Why should I have to do something because I feel a type of way? Why would I sit here and try to hurt somebody because I feel a type of way? You know, get yourself right. Use your thoughts and logic before you let the emotion override and take control of everything. And that goes back to what I was saying too. May the families of both of those, find comfort in healing. And healing prayers and condolences to anybody who might have lost somebody because of these scenarios. So I said, be careful on who you place in your life on any level. Be careful who you place in your life. Be careful on what you expose to people. And if you have to do whatever is necessary to maintain your peace and balance, then do so. Because when it's all said and done, it's your peace and balance at stake, not nobody else's. Some people not care. They looking for you to crash out. They looking for you to get crazy. Because this is what some of these people like anyway. Instigation. You know? But yeah, I'm gonna definitely rehash up on this convo again. I didn't forget y'all, so my madness is about to start. But give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second. One damn second. I think I got to. Hold on 1 second. I think I got to play something good. And I am. You know, it's good. But, hopefully somebody did get something out this conversation. I know some of y'all coming into the conversation late. You know, if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. But we in here. We got some madness right now. I'm tired of the same stories, the same games, the same lies, the same things that you play. Think I won't realize the same. I'll come again. I waste my damn time. I said we better as friends. She thinks she all mine. Come and go, it's when we come and go. Fuck you know, as long as she know that I was falling down. Don't think I can take it no more. I don't know if I can stay in it, so I love it. I don't know. Do you really want me or is my son? I know that she's scared that I might just find another. Try to find a skin from the skin that we can play it. Find another player. I'm losing it all. You did me bad. I've had enough. You're losing my heart. We're keeping in touch. How can we be friends but we wish as much? I'm tired of the same stories, the same games, the same lies, the same things that you're playing. Think I won't realize. See you, Siri, good. I said we better as friends. She thinks she all mine. Come and go, it's when we come and go. Come and go, as long as she know that I was her. Don't think I can take it no more. I don't know if I can stay in it, though I love you. Come and go, but I love you more. I've seen it all, baby, yes, I done seen it all. You held me down, but now I think I'm just not enough. Falling in, loving and I fell out of touch. And tell me, girl, what are we doing? I'm tired of the same stories, the same games, the same lies, the same things that you play and think I'm a red light. The same, I come again, I waste my damn time. I say we better as friends, she thinks she all mine. Come and go, it's where we come and go. Oh, sorry, she know that I was sorry. Don't think I can take it no more. I don't know if I can stay in it or I love. Remix! Yeah. And if you hear me something going into back, going into please, baby, shake it to the max. Take to please turn on the bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. 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 Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. Bad man, chill out. Bad man, chill out. Yeah. Bad man, chill out. Bad man, chill out. Bad man, chill out. Yeah. Bad man, chill out. Bad man, chill out. Yeah. Until I just start. Make your convo food and never take a lot. Like a ball combo, pussy pass. Sweet love, the pussy can be fucking. Yeah, you make it catch you right. Original, yeah, some of them are in a car. And if you hear me, so they go to the back. Go and the bass, they shake it to the max. Take your bass and I love it, bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. Shake it to the max. Shake it to the max.
Take it to the max. Please just rewind, let me say it to the max. Really, young, we go for tea, we go for top. Yeah, now watch your body, like so they know what you're much. Yeah, anything you said, them girl, let do it like it's hot. Okay, but when I'm on it, like the classic movie trap. Real bad girl, I get nasty. I don't want to run my watch, just become a bossy. Yes, I don't want to charge. Never get the moves and it's still falling along. Yes, I know anybody can touch this. Baby, I am not a hoe. Rice and peas at the end of the long. I feel make a taste of the way it's in my past. And if you hear me so then
I see you serious, baby. I see you, Didi, baby.
the DJ please turn on the bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. Take it to the max. Take it to the max. Take it to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. No one's a fear, number one, and come on. I came just to kill me too many times. They won't see that it's but I don't need a man. They love how we whine and make sure we get time. You did it with the body, of course. Or you did it with your purse. It's a break up, and you know that it's a loss. Upgrading every tune I ever touched. Steady when your body can't touch this. Baby, I already leveled up. You're looking for love, and I'm looking for the love. Baby, you can handle these songs. And if you hear me start like going at the back, going at the knees, baby, shake it to the max. So DJ, please turn on the bass to the max. Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max. 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 Please just rewind, let me shake it to the max.
Remix.
Some things are easier to say. I find it hard to think when you're gone. I know it takes a hard way. Yeah. You took that so far when you gave up. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. Something someone can pass your love from. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. It's over now, time to tell you who's there the whole time. It's love in the sky, your eyes. You see, you who's there the whole time. It's love in the sky, your eyes. There in your eyes, there in your eyes, there in your eyes, there in your eyes. I need you to listen. Don't even check it, losing time. Something I wouldn't need to mention. Just so I don't need no attention. No, I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. Something someone can pass your love from. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. It's over now, time to tell you mine. Yes, the whole time. It's love in the sky. Your eyes, oh, you mine. Always there the whole time. It's love in the sky. Your eyes, your eyes, your see you was there the whole time. It's love in the sky in your eyes. You see you You was there all the time. With love in the skies in your eyes.
Remix.
Attitude was practice my attitude. Ain't attitude what I gotta do to be happy you. I've been having no time for 60 years episode. And as I know you eat your rice and your cabbage soup. She a savage too, I'm a savage too, it's compatible. She was talking practice how to curl, got a bad boo. I ain't chicken till they hit from my brother, I ain't mad at you. Fucking in the kitchen, we ain't even make it to the bathroom. Man, and the truth is, she's something different than she tatted too. And she good at this one, but she's different, she nasty too. Yeah, my body different when I'm over here, I'm an animal. And her body different, I'm an eater, not just like I'm animal. I'm an animal, I get active too. I'm gonna eat that pussy like an animal. For sure. I'm gonna put the same but on my baby mama in the animal. For sure. That pussy be perfect wet when you in it, it's like it's bury you. For sure. I don't even mad at you, but I had to do what I had to do. For sure. She got an attitude when she said it like she mad at you. For sure. Got an attitude, but I'm feeling this, so I ain't mad at you. And I'm trying to, and it's attitude, all your body's move. So what you gotta do is I'm more Betty and the Johnny move. And my ass fat cause I eat my oats and my vegetables. And my pussy fat and it's skinny oats like animals. I'm a baddie, so I know them other bitches ain't impressing you. And I've been a baddie since young and nigga, this ain't nothing new. My niggas in my face, because I'm rich and my pretty blue. I don't care what niggas say, cause I'm really big, I'm untouchable. Making bitches wanna hate, she see me and she get uncomfortable. Make a nigga wanna play, say I'm really
See, I ain't getting it. Hey.
I don't know what you about, but you wanna put something. Nigga got me in the mood, you like follow. And I'm really bad too, she already will give a belly blue. I ain't gonna leave my boy, nigga, but she thought I was funny. For sure. She wanna do like a motherfucker. For sure. For sure. You better than this car, not a W. For sure. You gonna get the back fucking for me. For sure. So what's your back says right now, so you tell what I gotta do to be happy, yo. I'm in the happy, yo. I'm 560 in a time, so yeah, that's right. It's a rice and cabbage soup. She is savage too, I'm a savage too, it's compatible. She was
We get into my favorite part of the song, y'all. My mind about to rewind for 12 seconds. Hold on.
Fucking in the kitchen, we ain't even make it to the restaurant. Man, in the truth is, she's something different than she tatted too.
Don't worry, that's just my brain rewinding for the day. My bad. Let me press rewind real quick. What you just said, nigga? Hold on. Remix. Everybody get some love today. Shout out to the West Coast niggas too.
It's your boy. Can I be yelling out, gang, gang, gang? Do you gang bang? I be outside with my gang gang. Chunk your gang signs if you gang bang. I be outside with my gang. I'm from the deuce to the foe. The big to 8 to 9. I'm from the deuce to the foe. The big to 8 to 9. I'm from the deuce to the foe. The big to 8 to 9. I'm from the deuce to the foe. The big to 8 to 9. Down Rose Creek. With my close friend. Bitch, I ain't no kid. I'm a grown man. And I don't need your cash. Got my own bands. But they call me Mr. Break a Bitch in Japan, and I went gang gang. Yeah, gang gang, big dog shit, dog tag, let them chains hang. So bitch, I hope this ain't your main thing. Can I be sliding around with the bananas like a orangutan? Can I be sliding throw that dick like a stud do. And if it's up, then it's stuck, nigga, fuck you. So from the deuce, bitch up on the phone, Enterprise Park somewhere you can't go. That's a Roy. That's on Roy. I'ma go nuts like I'm enjoying. Bitch up on the deuce, bitch up on the phone, Enterprise Park somewhere. You know be yelling out, gang, 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 gang. Do you gang bang? I be outside with my gang gang. Check your gang signs if you gang bang.
I see the DD baby.
The big to 8 to 9 from the deuce to the foe. The big to 8 to 9 from the deuce to the foe. The big to 8 to 9 from the deuce to the foe. The big to 8 to 9. Tell me if you gang bang, had that workout by daybreak. And I'll be a day late. 2 yards of melee. Been going up and going nuts like paydays. Spending homies money on check. The red homies great. Look, I'm really from the gang gang. Westside royalty. Respect and loyalty. Old school tech, I had the all these boys. Top out, hot dog, hot water boys. D-Street, got something like the Lee Street. We gon' get the drop and watch us spin. It's a repeat. Sweet. Drop 100, we was 3D. I'ma dive in on little baby more than knee deep. Westside royalty, I bands for the loyalty. Shut the party down up in the house, you tryna spoil it. Who's so big state 9 to put a O on them, put the hoes on them, and then we got a hole in now, gang. Do you gang bang? I be outside with my gang gang. Check your gang signs if you gang bang. I be outside with my gang. I'm from the deuce to the foe. The big to 8 to 9. I'm from the deuce to the foe. The big to 8 to 9. I'm from the deuce to the foe. The big to 8 to 9. I'm from the deuce to the foe. The big to 8 to 9. I put on the Martin right behind in the crash. You ain't got a body, better go looking live. 142 like Jackie, I ride outside with the guys, and you know we got 5. And if he had wet flash, know what time, no stable rules, we ain't got to up the slide. When your hair out, your rear bitch, check it out. When your hair out, your rear bitch, check it out.
They that gives all the sport armor, like flag to the right, make a left on the white. I was on the ad, flamed up every semester. Like I'm running when it's all coming. 142 street, the beach shit ain't far from me. Hit her up in all of them. Blue faces, all bloody. Just bang bangs, we been gangs, free the gangs, free the cash.
I was born a bastard. The bitch wanna choose, make her choose up faster. Homies hanging out, neighbors wanna be a pastor. I never post a blower cause I never been a flash. And it's been on site, you wanna be like Mike. I always do what's wrong, never did what's right. Better play your cards right, gotta learn the fucking game. And I'm with my niggas and I'm yelling, gang. And I be yelling out, gang. Do you gang bang? I be outside with my gang. Check your gang signs if you gang bang. I be outside with my gang. I'm from the deuce to the foe. The big to 8 to 9. I'm from the deuce to the foe. The big to 8 to 9. I'm from the deuce to the foe. The big to 8 to 9. I'm from the deuce to the foe. The big to I be yelling out, gang.
These niggas prayed on my downfall. These niggas prayed on my downfall. On R10, bitch, I stood tall. You did. Show these disloyal niggas how to ball. Go get a thermometer for the pot. I need this shit cooked right. Let's keep that water 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You ever been inside a federal courtroom? Nigga, you ever went to trial and fought for your life? Being broke did something to my spirit. Ass niggas to plug me. They act like they couldn't hear me. Look at me now, dropping German engineering. You don't want your baby mama fuck, keep the hoe from near me. Kilroy. Remember when I used to use your L's to hit the road, hit the O and make them big boy sales? Ooh, remember when you had to bring things smell with vacuum seals, trying not to have them bring things smell? Feds was on me. What you know about related to money? I don't know nothing. I just used to see them walk to the Coney. I fuck with bitches. My body can't go from Purge and the Cody. Any further questions, you can take that up with the lawyer. My nigga think with J Money. Right on low project, George. Till you ready day before school, I sold a half boat. How you think I won best dress with no support? And had no paid lawyers coming in and out of court. Hey, wind up. Hey, Theo, ain't it a blessing? We made it out Kentucky after all that happened. After the pre-trials, after the status, after the impact statements, after the council. Hey, JR, nigga, ain't it a blessing? We made it out of Lansing after all that happened. That bitch, nigga, after Michigan State, after Harper, when our man's told us the bands they took from us. Joy Road, bitch, put the money long as 6 mile, brick mile, knock your ox down, pick her up, knock her back down, pull her tracks out. Yes, I slap girl. Yes, I slap dog. Yes, I slap loud. Yes, I slap a pussy nigga if he ain't out. Yes, I caught cases on the road with them killers, bro. Kill me if I snitch. If you snitch, I'm gonna kill you. Spent a lot of time on the yard with them gorillas. Stood tall. Did I let niggas hold me? Quit being silly. I know for a fact your bitch pussy get wet for a nigga. Cause I do it better. Plus, I'm doing better than niggas. I'm at home when I'm down there in Lexington, niggas. If I'm the king,
I see you serious, baby. I see you, DD, baby.
say a little T. get ahead of them niggas. When you take off, I look back and try to rescue them niggas. I catch mans to make sure you get the rest of them niggas. Don't let me get the best of you, just get the revenue, niggas. So let me know what you can handle. Okay, congrats. Here goes some extra. So if I'm busy, you can make the things happy. Blade dance needs $50 salary. To get it there and back, tell the feds I need a challenge. My first offer was 30 years, not a day low. I told them crackers holla at me when they sober on the road. I'm a feeling you think I ain't got that blower, yeah, you right, bro. Take his head off his fucking show. You hear me? Hit the rollie stove with the rodeo. Who was our getaway car jack portfolio? You hear me? Hey, I heard I had some sleep dishes. Whoever feeling hot, that AR got a heat sensor. Good said don't entertain them hungry niggas. I wish I would pay attention to these homeless niggas. Nigga, on my phone, I don't wanna do no song with niggas. Tell your bitch to tighten up before I bone her, nigga. I don't know you niggas. Fuck wrong with niggas. Through these white bucks, I can see the hole in niggas. Bring my nigga Perico, that boy be hooing niggas. Shoot the smile off your face, I don't joke with niggas. I can't trust you with that strap if you ain't got nobody. Well, I can't take you on no lick if you ain't rock nobody. You ain't no shooter, you can't do that shit without no molly. I came home and had the hoes wear the collar hard. 30 months ago, niggas ain't think that I was coming home. So I'm to them niggas free that I've been coming on. Get them to the crib, bust them down, now bitch run alone. This SK and get the shaking like it's something wrong. 30 bands 2 times, watch this money come. The fans say my name, hot like when the oven on. Bitch, I came home to my little brother gone. Niggas say they looking for me, pull up in the study zone. Who said that I'm a snitch? You just heard a lot from him. Better check the black and white, that paperwork the block for him. Zero toleration for that nigga, take his life from him. He don't want that pistol plate, okay, I talk to him. I ain't here for bitches when I had the blues on. So soon as I'm done fucking, put your shoes on. I'm on parole in 2 states, I can't move wrong. The feds trying to build a case, I can't move wrong. I want the trial back to back, bitch, I'm 2-0. Say the Kentucky banned me from Mary Teresa. Oh, yeah, I can't even be in public with my hoodie on. Michigan State don't want them here, they don't know what he on. I know they prayed on my downfall. I know they prayed on my downfall. I'm no IT, bitch, I stood 10 toes, nigga. Show these just loyal niggas how to ball.
Appreciate everybody that's still rocking out. I got a little bit of music left for you, and I gotta get up out of here. But appreciate everybody that was in for the conversation as well today too. So
Came from Jamaica, he owned a couple acres, a couple fake visas, cause he never got his papers. He was born love fucking with them heartbreakers, but he was getting money with the movers and the shakers. He was mixed with a couple things, more like a couple rings, bricks in a condo, and grams to sing. Left arm, baby, I'm tatted. 5-year bit up north when they ran it. Anyway, I felt them, helped them, put them on lock.
see you serious, baby. I'll see you, Dee Dee, baby.
Welcome, bitches this pretty, that's seldom. This box better than the box he was helping. I'm on my D in the outer. I call him Tammy like Travis. He like it when I get drunk, but I like it when he be sober. That's top of the top, but I never fuck with beginners. I let them shit with my pussy, then lick it out and fingers. I did it slow. This ain't high school. We can slide through. Take it whenever you want, do whatever you want, baby. It's yours.
And one on the side, best friend is a dyke. They fucked around a few times, I'm out my life. So all they do is fight. I tell her make me some money, she tell me make me a wife. I tell that bitch crazy, fuck wrong with you. And excuse my French, but I'm a long kisser. And then she try to tell me I'm the only one that's it. And I said, what about the nigga? She said, what about the nigga? You right, what you doing tonight? Put on something tight, don't just drag it like she love me like a brother, but fuck me like a husband. Put shit like the oven, so I took my tongue and all I had to do was rub it. The genie at the bottom, put you so wet, I'ma need garbage. Tell me that it's done, I tell her stop the line. When I knew who else, she said worry about yourself, but it's something. Baby, it's yours. Everywhere, baby, it's yours. Baby, it's yours.
I know you won't let go. I see you trying. Just keep on pushing on what you decided. Just know you love. That's no reason. This way, come into some.
Remix. Yeah. You gotta turn me up in the headphones some more. Turn me up, YouTube. So many motherfucking hundreds, you gotta make a part two. I'm not in competition with my homies, I'm whipping the competition in the boats. I knew my opposition never knew me, they wouldn't be opposition if they know me. I made the proposition to my hitters, I told them to knock down if you hold me. I just stop around here and put them with movers. Got pounds in the 40s, them niggas got down. We was on my homie, I hopped down, so we on us. I was like 16 with the Mac on me deep in the field like 5 corners. One of the shit stand niggas cracked on me when they got real try to slide on us. I made some hills, 20 guys on it, we keep it in real niggas not. And my homie is having, I put it in the casket and I'm at the hill, died on us. Just love his viewing, and I told his mom every time that she cried, we gon' slide on. I look you niggas right there in the eye, and I ain't surprised you ain't ride for us. How would you feel? You must have met with some niggas and they slide on. How would you feel? When you so lit that you can't tell if the love real. If I can't tell you nothing, I tell you how I feel. And you ain't rich, nigga, your stash gonna pay my drug bill. But you need expensive pain, pulling expensive range, that expensive chain. You got drug money. That's expensive game. I got expensive shooter. You got expensive aim. You know it's loud. That's an expensive name. I'm going my back to the wall. I was like, damn, just coming and shaking. I know they matching me off. Who really gonna see me if we getting busy and we see her having this ball? I won't even practice. I go through platinum and next thing that was a walk. Hey. I thought my really young to a rich male when you trick with some young nigga try to tell him how this rich shit really feel. You ain't never been in the field, them late nights up in the drill, quick, white block themselves like Charles ain't no bitch. I was rich nigga in the bitch. I was striking up niggas fighting wild. I was rich nigga on a mission. I was motivated, I was watching movies, I was broke nigga in the kitchen. I was catching me when they said I couldn't, I was tired and I ain't listen. Got a bad that I never did. Now when y'all mad at that trick, yeah, all of my money is new, all of my money is blue. Look at me this. I'm supposed to go get the money and keep doing favors and get all my money to who? You keep telling me niggas keep telling you what? Why they be running to you? Why every time niggas talk about me and it's bad, they keep coming to you? I never got that part. Nigga know you my man, but every time you want to talk bad about me, you come to you and you come to me like a whole ass nigga. Slap the shit out. Fuck. Woo! Hundreds on hundreds on hundreds on hundreds. My homie hot, but you know I rock, so you know that I'm ready. I ever you coming. You don't want on these niggas like telling me nothing. They talking about bodies, we talking about haters, we talking about money, they talking about killers. I gotta go to the bathroom as soon as I walk in the building. You know I don't live. Walking, I'm turning the capacity because you know, look out, sister. You know I ain't slipping. You ain't trans with me like one of my savages, nigga. You know I ain't tripping. I can't get it started. I'm balling like Jordan. We saw on the Twitter, we told them to fuck with these things. I just be laughing to the bank. I done put up with the president, you on my wrist and this bitch like Hillary. I was just in the kitchen with your hand on my tenor like my name was Billy Ray. And I better have me $100 million on these niggas who I be 28. Never back on them bitch, you ain't loving me. 20,000 of this shit ain't double me. I'm gonna play no bitch out here running me. Lamborghini, the same color above me. But I'm coming in the same color butter seats. In the game, ain't no young nigga touch me. Bitch, you know I'm the shit, and she know that I'm rich every time I fuck shit nothing. Remix.
Even though I live my life on the road, doesn't mean I don't have time for you. Plenty I've tried, almost came close, but none of them compare to you. So let's live our life. More than one night, promise if I could, I'd do it twice to say. Put them on pause, press play. Oh my God, what it gets so crazy, but it's gonna get you right here. None of the gossip, nothing can stop us. I love you with no fears. We can do this thing together. Close your eyes and take my hand. Cause we don't have it something special, baby. Let's just take our chance. Last week I was in Paris with friends. That's the only thing that was missing was you. Who would have thought we would be married by now? Been true ever since high school. Let's live our life, dancing all night. You are where you should be. I want this for life. She said, "Don't put them flowers past play." I know my life can get so crazy, but it's gonna get you right here. All the gossip, nothing can stop us. I wanna love you with no fears. We can do this thing together. Close your eyes and take my hand. All we have is something special, baby. Let's just take our chance. Don't be shy, don't be scared. You know, I won't jump, I don't care. You know, baby, move your feet up. Been waiting so long for feeling like that. Your life can get so crazy, but as long as you're right here, none of the gossip, nothing can stop us. I wanna love you with no fears. We can do this thing together. Close your eyes and take my
See out here, get it.
we have something special, baby. Let's just take our chance.
My bad. Hold on, y'all.
I'm on the stage right now, singing your favorite song. Look in the crowd, even know where to be from that day. I say, you look good without no makeup, no lashes, even better when you wake up. I see the look on your face, I see you hiding the hate. I see you looking for someone to step you right off your feet. You wanna ride it right, you wanna go out on dates, you want somebody to come bring you flowers, someone to come for hours, wash your back while I sit in the shower, someone to tell you you're beautiful, someone to tell you you need it, someone to tell you I love you every day, nobody reason, someone to bring you peace, someone to help you sleep, someone to pick you up when you're feeling down, feeling lonely, somebody who can make it better, somebody who can open up those gates, open up those gates, yeah, only you. I'm on the stage right now, singing your favorite song. Get a crowd, you know where to be from as they sing along. I say, you look good without no makeup, no lashes, even better when you wake up. I see the look on your face, I see you looking for peace. I see you tired of the hurt, tired of the pain, tired of the nights when you can't get no sleep. I see you tired thinking about it. See you tired thinking about it, you're leaving. See you tired of being so tired. Your damn sure ain't getting even. Somebody who can make it better. Somebody who can open up those gates. Open up those gates, yeah. Only you. I'm on the stage right now, singing your favorite song. Get a crowd, you know where to be from as they sing along. I say, you look good out no makeup, no lashes, even better when you wake up.
Remix.
You say that you need me, but I don't feel needed. Girl, I've been through your hardest, and you broke me regardless. Catch me before I fall. Girl, I've been through
I got 2 more left for y'all, and I gotta get up out of here. See you out in the series, baby. Hey.
You know exactly what you want from me. You know exactly what turns me. And I can't ever get
Truth, baby.
too much passion on matches, we love. Tired of going through the pain with you. Tired of going through the pain with you.
Let me in. Don't give in. Make sure you get my coffee beans. Let me in. Let me in. Go to all in. Trust me, girl. Take all your. Remix. Same girl ain't about that life. That coffee better be just right.
I swear you is all you want. Say you want that. I ain't living on that time. Cause you want me, I know. Side up, she got you go. Side up, but it's too much, it's too much, it's too much.
I already know, sis. I know. You been missing in church, son. The hope all well with y'all, though. It's too much coffee, girl. Too much coffee, girl. It's too much, girl. Well, I'm gonna play something. I don't know. I'm gonna play something different. Hold on, I got you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up, roll it up. Oh, this weed in my tummy. You want this yummy coffee all in your tummy? I got one more left for y'all. I gotta get up out of here for real though. See y'all at you, baby.
Let's talk it, more action. You just see coming. I just keep devastating. Knows my sister's grading. My lessons make blessings. I turn that into money. They can't never sit. It's so much better. I'm chilling. I'm with it. Like on another level. I can talk. See me as a friend. Nothing I'm afraid. And I can have it all. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I see you, Didi, baby. Oh, it sounds so yummy. Coffee all in your tummy, damn it. Hey, 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 hey. So yummy. Got this coffee in your tummy. Frugal, what's going on, baby? I see you still in here chilling. Mm.
I'm with like on another level.
And happy Monday to everybody that's still in here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Coffee up, coffee up, coffee up, coffee up, coffee up. I see you serious, baby. Got this coffee in your tummy, and you know I'm so dummy. Coffee all in your tummy, and the shit is so yummy. Coffee cream in my tummy. Don't worry, it's a remix coming, so don't worry. I hear you, True. It's coffee all in your tummy. Hey. Wait a minute, y'all. Give me a second. I gotta play the new school today.
Yeah. She was a fairy. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to hear this whole song out because I only hear pieces of it.
Yeah. With a fatty, I'm my daddy. He want grab it, he want smack it, he want have it. I'm my daddy, this shit smack it. She was a fairy with a fatty. I'm my daddy. He want grab it, he want smack it, he want have it. I'm my daddy, this shit smack it. This shit smack when you see touch her so her back make it clap. Wow, yeah, don't stop. Let your past to my true, let your my opinion.
I just be wanting to hear what the hype be about sometimes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
with a fatty. I'm my daddy. He want grab it. He want smack it. He want have it. I'm my daddy. This shit smacking. She was a fairy with a fatty. I'm my daddy. He want grab it. He want smack it. He want have it.
Okay, I don't see what the hype was about for this song. Good TikTok song though, but
Big man of pain, I just look little. Look, man, boy, what a fucking joint. Brother got that dog in the back like it's Scooby Doo. Got a nigga beating on my jack, well, look what you do. Bitches out here in my fucking business, I got pussy nuts. Bitches be just, why you sticking drinks? I'm the real Maya P. All you bitches are you really got my pepper and my chicken in my loop. You would think I was crippled when I rock all this blue. I'm really in my bag. I got bitches mad. She gon' throw it back. She gon' make it clap. If I'm on the beat, you know this shit slap. Got cat, throw it back. Sit down and look scary. With a fatty, I'm my daddy. He want grab it. He want smack it. He want have it. I'm my daddy. This shit smack it. She was a fairy. With a fatty, I'm my daddy. He want grab it. He want smack it. He want have it. I'm my daddy. This shit smack it.
okay. Won't be playing that in no time soon. My bad, y'all. Yeah, I know. I try to hear the whole song out, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't even lie. I be trying to get out of there, baby. Free, she gonna look at my house. She gonna look at my house. She come talk to me tonight. Use my hands with the jiggle. I'm the baby. Trying to be the man in the middle. Bend it over. Let me see if you can dance on the pickle. She said she can't wait to get her hands on the nigga. Yeah, fat with a V. What it look like from the back, I won't see. She got somebody. She poke it out there. That's still back to me.
Don't encourage my man this serious though.
That's looking like that. You skinny, that's still fat after me, girl. I ain't lying. I'm telling the truth when I speak. I get like that, girl. What you do? What you be? What your mama look like? Let me see it. My name Jonathan, my nice piece. Okay, the fact you don't know how to talk that thing out ain't a problem with that. I can teach you. Shit, all you need is some answers, some answers, some easy. But you on your motherfucking speak. Yeah, you no hand in it all. Look at nigga dead in his eye like a soldier. Yeah, you no hand in it all. Look at nigga dead in his eye like a soldier. What fine? You no hand in it all. Look at nigga dead in his eye like a soldier. No hand. You no hand in it all. Look at nigga dead in his eye like a soldier. Yeah,
No doubt, true, baby. I won't be playing that song no more unless it's by request.
Yeah, I'm trying to eat every day.
Hey.
You I be
Hey.
I can see me and you on the date.
Yeah.
I'm just meeting you, bitch. I'm late.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see you on the plate.
No.
Like, you may make it shake.
Get playing.
Yeah. She turned around, let me hear mom. She said, quit playing. That would it be? What it look like on the back of my feet? That would it be? That would it be? What it look like on the back of my feet? That would it be?
You'd be surprised. Somebody will actually say, yo, let me play that, son. Let me play that. Hold on one second. I got to give you the one drill song tonight. Hold on a second. You know what? Yeah. Actually, the last song tonight, I'll be honest with you. I appreciate y'all for rocking out, though. Niggas know that I don't play with it.
Hit him up every team lucky. I keep attack when I'm walking. Hands off the way when I'm walking.
It's still a Mary for the doodle. Huh? Came with it. Came with it.
I bet I shake up the room. Live him up. Louis V. I bet he make the movie.
See how you serious, baby. Hey.
Niggas know that we don't play with it. I make an action move. Raining, pouring. Say Later on, thinking we own them. Bitch like choking, lightning, thunder. And bro, just beat up behind him. They tried to give him a quarter. Earthquake, quarter. Click, bah! I'm a gentleman and gangster. That was you. Niggas know that's only for me. Big Dirty ain't go home.
I appreciate everybody that rocked out. For those who might be tuning in late, you could definitely catch the beginning of this live and catch the replay. Might reiterate on some of this again tomorrow. But again, hopefully somebody did get something out the message. And I appreciate everybody that also rocked out for the musical portion. But for those celebrating birthdays this week and throughout the whole week, we didn't forget about you. Hold on 1 second. We did not forget about you. Get your birthday dance on for real. Yeah, y'all definitely dance like there's nobody around to get your dance on again. One more again for the birthday people. Hopefully y'all enjoy y'all week. Hopefully you keep yourself safe. Enjoy every minute of life. Keep creating memories. Oh, and I'm about to scare a couple of y'all real quick here. Here go my birthday dance for y'all. Oh, and for all the motivators, especially those who are back on the health tip, we ain't forget about you.
Me when they sober on parole. I'm a felon. You think I ain't got that blower? Yeah, you right, bro. Take his head off his fucking shoulder. You hear me? Hit the rollie stove with the rollie on. What was our getaway car? Jag portfolio. You hear me? Hey, I heard I had some sneak dissers. Whoever feeling hot, that AR got a heat sensor. Cuz said don't entertain them hungry niggas. I wish I would pay it.
Oh, for those that like to make unwanted comments on short videos, you can kiss my grits and take this with you.
What the hell Leonte? What the hell Leon? What the hell Berry? What the hell Bird?
Yeah, don't worry, I'm watching everything, now damn it. Like serious, come get you. Look, come get your little. Come get him.
What the hell Leonte? What the hell Leon? What the hell Berry? What the hell Bird?
Before I do get up out of here, though.
Some things don't work, and that's the way love goes. I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. It's over now, but time will tell.
But I appreciate everybody that's been a part of the build, still becoming a part of the build. And yes, we still got great conversations. And whenever the link is dropped or pinned, y'all already know. Y'all can tune in or chime in on the convo. You know how we do it. Let me get myself up out of here, though. Time for me to be an adult for about 5 minutes of my life. Again, I'll be back tomorrow with the conversation. It might be early in the afternoon, or it could be tomorrow night. But yeah, we definitely need to keep having this type of talk. Because how many more people are going to fall down that same path or trap before it's too late? You know? Son, we need to talk about the people. And I can't just leave y'all like that. I can't just leave y'all like that. Actually, yes, I can. For those going on vacation or starting vacation already, yeah, we got something for y'all. We got something for y'all. Hold on, say.
Got a booty, I'm rubbing a butt. Like, baby girl, I wanna fuck. Like, get G. On 2-step in a box. Get G.
Hopefully y'all enjoy y'all vacations. And yeah, same thing with your content creators. You're on vacation from your job. Enjoy every moment of it. Do not, and I repeat, do not give all your time and effort to social media, especially if you're supposed to be enjoying vacation. Enjoy vacation, whether you by yourself or with whoever. And don't encourage my man this series because you see he started again.
I'm rubbing a butt like baby girl. I wanna fuck like Get G. 1 2 step in a box. Get G.
But let me get up out of here. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the replay game. Shout out to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. For everybody that was in attendance today, y'all already know that love is love and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. All I'm going to do is give you real. And that's all I'm going to do is give you real topics and real bills. And let me let y'all leave out with your nieces and nephews and them. Hold on.
Not my problem. That's just not my problem. Not my problem. That's just not my problem.
I know James somewhere else lurking, but here. But y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. And until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.